right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I have for you guys today, finally, a Brandon Curry story. So Brandon's coach Abdullah posted this physique update of Brandon today, posing in the doorway. This seems to be Brandon's other magic mirror because they've taken a lot of photos and videos in the past. I don't know if it's the same doorway, but I guess they know what they're doing with the lighting right there. So, of course, a ton of you guys were sending me this, asking me what I think, and I gotta be honest. My opinion here, the first thing that really jumped out to me was Brandon's legs. Brandon's legs look significantly improved here to me, and like I said, I've said this many times in the past, but one of the most impressive things about Brandon as a bodybuilder is from year to year, from show to show, he continues to improve. He doesn't just come in the same. He doesn't just come in a little bit crisper. From show to show, he continues to make drastic improvements. And what I'm seeing in this video is crazy separation and size in his legs at what is 8 weeks out from the Olympia at closest. This could be even older because there are no dates on this. It doesn't say when it was taken. This could have been 3 weeks ago. This could have been 5 weeks ago. Brandon looks really good here, I think, is the bottom line. And this was meant to be a post, meant to be a video that was going to get the bodybuilding industry talking. Because the caption, pretty poetic little caption there by Abdullah. Props to Abdullah for stirring the pot with that. He says, "If there is winter, we are the rain." And then he puts a laughing emoji, and then he hashtags it winter. Now, this is clearly a reference to Big Ramy. At the press conference last year, Ramy said, winter is coming. And then he won the Olympia. Don't you guys just love it when bodybuilders get poetic? But yeah, the bottom line, what do I think? Brandon looks incredible here, and to me, the legs really jump out, especially when he turns around from the front. Pay attention to that separation in his quads. They look bigger, and they look more separated. It looks like there's more detail. Brandon is impressive, and that is one of the things that Brandon is really good at, is improving from show to show. And I've said this about other shows. On paper, Brandon's got to be the favorite to win this year's Mr. Olympia outside of Big Ramy. He was second last year. Brandon is also sitting out the Arnold Classic Ohio. He is not doing the Arnold just a couple weeks before the Olympia. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Brandon and Ramy, besides Phil and Hottie, are the only two that are sitting out the Olympia, or sitting out the Arnold Classic. I think that might give them an advantage, focusing only on the Olympia, not having to worry about trying to peak for two different shows. But yeah, on paper, Brandon was the closest to Ramy last year. He was second. He beat Phil. He beat Hottie. He beat Bonac. He beat most of these top guys that we're talking about to be in the conversation in the top this year. But there are some new up-and-comers. Can they give Brandon a run for his money? Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, Patrick Moore. There's three guys right there that weren't even at the Olympia last year. I don't know, but if this is a recent video of Brandon for this year's Olympia prep, I think things are looking pretty good for Brandon in terms of possibly being able to knock off Big Ramy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will Ramy defend his title this year at the Olympia? Or will someone like Brandon be able to dethrone him? And if so, who do you think it will be that dethrones Big Ramy? Will it be Brandon? Will it be someone else? Will Phil come back? Can Hottie pull it off? Can Bonac pull it off? Can a newcomer, Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, can they pull it off? Who will be this year's Mr. Olympia? Give me those predictions in the comments down below. Now, next up in the news, let's pivot over to powerlifting here for a minute. I'm sure a lot of the powerlifting world is familiar with this already, and everybody's talking about it. Larry Wheels and Julius Maddox, they both posted videos today of Julius attempting a 790-pound bench press. His current world record, I believe, is 782, 783, right below 790. And you guys know that he's been trying to go for 800, and supposedly he's going to be attempting 800 officially in a meet at the end of the month. Towards the end of August, he will be competing, at least that's what he said on his TikTok, that he'll be competing in a meet to try to get the official 800 this month. So he did this 790-pound bench press attempt during his collab with Larry Wheels. Now, the interesting thing about that was that he actually failed the attempt. So what does that mean for Julius's ability to be able to bench 800 pounds. I mean, we saw him attempt it before, and a lot of people think he would have gotten it if they hadn't misloaded the bar. That was over a year ago now. It's been a while since that mishap happened. Does this mean that Julius won't be able to get it done at the end of the month, or was this just an off day for Julius Maddox? Was this just wrong place, wrong time, wrong energy, wrong vibe type of situation? I still think that if anybody can get it done, if anybody's going to bench 800 pounds raw, I think Julius is going to be the guy to do it. I guess at this point, it's just a question of when. How much time will it take? How much time does he need to bridge that gap from the current record, about 20, 15 pounds, to 800? Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Julius will be able to pull it off? Yes or no? Now, next up in the news, Iain Valliere. A lot of people talking about the stories that Iain posted this, I guess it was a couple days ago, about him competing in Tampa and Texas both. Basically, the gist of it is that because he's competing in Texas and he already won Tampa, so he's already qualified for the Olympia, effectively him competing in Texas, if he won, would mean that somebody else that is not qualified for the Olympia would not be able to qualify, and Iain would essentially be taking another qualification that he doesn't need. Now, this status or this story that he posted basically says, look, it's a paycheck too. I mean, to be fair, these are all pro shows. There's money given away at all of them. And he says, I'm a pro bodybuilder. My job is not to let other people win these shows. My job is not to let other people qualify. My job's to make money. Now, this is a very long status. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's the gist of what he's saying. He's saying, look, if I had it my way, actually, this is what he says in the next story. He says, look, if I had it my way, I would do every single show and win every single purse and every single title. Y'all should think the same. Now, I agree with this. I actually don't have a problem with Iain competing in both Tampa and Texas. I think it's a great, and I think more bodybuilders should compete more often. I think it does probably come across as a dick move to some of the bodybuilders that have not qualified yet, because obviously they want to get to the Olympia. They need to get to the Olympia. They need to qualify, and Iain doesn't. So to them, they might be kind of pissed. But personally, I would like to see the good bodybuilders that are winning shows like Iain compete more often and give us more entertainment to watch. Because think about if Iain goes into Texas and loses to Steve Kuklo, that makes it almost even more entertaining because Iain just won Tampa. Really good bodybuilder, top 7 at the Olympia, going into Texas. If he loses, that makes it really interesting. And it makes the lineup more interesting, having more big names in any lineup. So I think it is a good thing that he's doing Texas. But still, my personal prediction is that Steve is going to win. So I don't really think it matters either way. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, just like every other story. Do you think that bodybuilders, once they're qualified for the Olympia, should continue to compete at Olympia qualifiers and keep other guys out of the Olympia? I mean, from our perspective, it's more entertaining. That's the way that I'm looking at it. Yes, I want to see them do that. If you're a bodybuilder, you want to, I mean, they're basically giving themselves an advantage. If you were a really good bodybuilder and you competed at every Olympia qualifier, you could keep out like 10 guys from the Olympia. If you were Phil Heath 2011 or 12 and you wanted to cut the Olympia lineup in half, probably just compete in every pro qualifier, win every purse, and you could probably keep a dozen guys out of the Olympia, and that would just be it. But I guess there is a line, right? Because if someone like Phil did that, if you were a fantastic bodybuilder, you're a multiple-time Olympia champion, and you purposely did, I guess that's probably the distinction. If you purposely did it to keep other people out, like if Phil did that, it would clearly be that he's trying to keep other people from getting to the Olympia, which could you really be mad at Phil for doing that? I mean, he's a pro bodybuilder, he's getting money. So Iain's argument really does hold up pretty well here. His job is to make money. His job is to win shows. His job is to get those paychecks. His job is not to worry about who's getting to the Olympia and who's not. He makes a good point. And the final story that I have for you guys today, one more physique update from Hassan Mustafa, just days away from taking the stage with the guy that I just talked about, Iain, Steve, Texas Pro. Hassan will be there as well. And the question that everybody wants answered is, will Hassan nail it? Because look, Hassan has every bit of the muscle mass to win these shows. He's a monster. I've heard, I think it was even Jay Cutler that said this. He's the only person that has bigger legs than Hassan, bigger quads than Hassan, is Big Ramy. Hassan is a freak. He's a mass monster. He just needs to come in shredded. I really believe that if Hassan came in with crazy conditioning, he could have won half these shows that he competed in, but he just hasn't done that. And the question, after seeing this physique update just days out of Texas, is will this be the time that he does it? I certainly hope so. I want to see Hassan on the Olympia stage. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did in fact enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet already. As always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power. Actually, before I sign out, make sure you guys hit the bell notification icon as well as subscribe, because I always forget to say this, and I feel like people always message me and say my videos don't show up in their subscription feed. So I need to remember to keep saying, make sure you click the bell icon so you get notified when I upload. I never say it in videos, but make sure that bell notification is clicked if you want to see my videos in your feed as soon as I post them. If you want to be kept up to date on the news, click the bell. All right. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.